Well, what are we up to today? We're stretching some food. Okay, we got this noodle soup mix. It makes 2 4-cup soups, and it's kosher. This was probably, they had it at Passover, but I didn't sell, so it's $1.29. So I got it. So we've got these 2 packets. We're gonna put in, and we've got some chicken. We're gonna add to it, and that's a point, I guess, of what I'm talking about here, adding to something. We've got a chicken breast in there, a fairly large one. Isn't it funny how when you buy a chicken breast at a grocery store, it's huge, but when you go to KFC, it looks like they used a pigeon instead of a chicken. It's so small. Lately, I've noticed that. So then over here too, we have self-rising flour. We're going to make some biscuits to go with it. But you know, this biscuits are a great way to stretch things. You can make them if you buy self-rising flour. You can just make them with flour and cream together, or you can do, you know, there's different ways. You can do the flour with butter and a liquid. You can do it with regular flour, all-purpose flour, by adding the appropriate amounts of salt and baking powder to it. But self-rising flour has that in it. So it's really, sometimes people will say, oh, 2-ingredient biscuits. Well, no, this has got several ingredients in it. And so basically they take this and they put yogurt in it, or they put cream in it and say it's 2 ingredients. But this is really 3 or 4 ingredients. So we're letting this cook a little bit. I'm going to take the chicken out, cut it up. We're not going to throw away the water. We're going to use the water to actually make the soup with, because there's no sense throwing out all that flavor. And we'll see. I haven't tried this before. And let's look at the nutritional things on it. A cup is only 60. It says it's 8 servings, so we're probably going to double that or triple it. I don't know. 60 calories, 2 grams of protein, and of course it's got salt, 31% or 720 milligrams. So you figure we're going to be getting 60% or more of the necessary salt we have to have in this one dish. But, oh, and then if there aren't enough noodles in this, you know, I'm not quite sure what's in this, but if there's not enough noodles, we have got, I was at an Asian market, and I got these egg noodles. I won't try to pronounce what that says, but egg noodles premium quality. But basically, each little section here is a ball of noodles, and they only take like 3 minutes. So, you know, 3 minutes before we're going to serve it, we're going to plump enough of those in to get the appropriate amount of noodles that we actually want. And again, you know, we could be coming into hard times in the United States as far as food's concerned. So learning how to stretch your food is going to be very important. So that's what we're about today. Stretch. So here's the chicken. You can see the little droplets of fat and different things in the bowl, the pot. So that's all going to get incorporated into the soup because we're going to use that water. It would be kind of foolish to throw this water out and start with unflavored water, although I'm sure there's plenty of spices in this. We're going to take this up and cut it into bite-sized pieces next. So we're cutting it up with the size in mind for the person who likes them the smallest. And my wife needs them a little smaller than the size I would want, so we're going to go with smaller. And I'm cutting it up with my super fantastic gift that a viewer sent me. This is a knife from Afghanistan. He was in the service over there, and he told me there was nothing to do except spend money. That was the only place that could really go when they were over there. And evidently he had bought some of these knives, and he sent me one. And isn't this beefy? It's got a really good hand, stop here. It really grabs in your hand. Well, you can see how thick it is, the handle. Oh, and it came with this great leather sheath as well. But I like it. I like it a lot. And I suppose you could do just about anything with this knife that this size would be able to accomplish. Back to the chicken. So I'm kind of interested in what this actually looks like. So I'm going to open it up and pour it on this plate and we can take a look. We're doing this one-handed today for some reason, so I'll be back. I'll tell you one thing, I can smell it. So we've got the powder, and then we've got the noodles, which are just these thin little things. I'm glad I'll be adding some more noodles to it. Let's pull one of these out of the package and take a look at it. So here's a couple of the noodle clusters that I got from the Asian store. And let's just say they say egg noodles, premium quality. My Trung Koa Kap. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but we've tried them before, we like them. I believe this is called the nest. When you take noodles and you kind of wrap them up like this, it's a way to store them. And I think they call it a nest, which kind of looks like a nest a little bit. So this takes 5 minutes. These take 3 minutes. We've got the liquid on still with the, we've cut up the chicken and put it in. Now we're just ready for the big assembly step. And like I say, we'll be adding as many of these as we want. I got a feeling we'll probably put a total of 3 or 4 in. So I poured in the 2 packets of this into my mix. And they say it takes about 5 minutes. And they say you do it until the noodles are soft. There's really fine noodles. There, you can see some there. I got some. And like I say, in the last few minutes, we'll be adding our Asian noodles. Some comments from the birds, the conure. Well, I just tried some of the noodles. They're soft, but my goodness. I would have been disappointed if I didn't have some other noodles to put in. So there we go. And in 3 minutes, these will soften up and we'll be all ready to go. Now, my daughter's coming home. Her dog's going crazy. We get the birds squawking. The big greeting party. These are the biscuits. These taste great. These are super easy to make. You just use an equal weight of cream and self-rising flour. And let's look at this soup. So here we have the soup. I don't even see those other noodles in here anyway that they put in there. But you can see these noodles. And I like the flavor of it. Tastes good. Thumbs up.